Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel RD Technical Learning. So in this video, we are going to see a Java program, how to sort an array in ascending order without using any inbuilt function. So first we will see the explanation part and later we will write the program. So let's get started. Let's consider this is our input array. Then this should be our output array. So in input array, the elements are 8, 2, 10 and 1. So in input array, it should be like 1, 2, 8, 10. It should be in ascending order. So now let's see the logic. So in program, first we need to initialize an array. After that, in main logic, what we will do, we will compare our 0th element with remaining element. After that, first element with remaining element, then third element compare with remaining element and so on. And if our next element is smaller than our first element, then we will swap them. Suppose here, if we are comparing 8 with 2, 10 and 1. So first, in first iteration, 8 is greater than 2. In that case, we will swap both the elements. Then now our 0th element become 2 because we swap them. So now 2 will be compared with 10 and 1. So again here 2 is greater than 1. So then both the elements will be swapped. And then we will get this array. After that, we will compare 8 with 10 and 2. So again 8 is greater than 2. Then again 8 will be swapped with 2. After that, here 1, 2, here 10 and 8. So then 10 will be compared with next element, means 8. Then 8 will be swapped with 10 and here third index element become 8 and fourth index become 10. This is our logic. Now let's write a program. So in Eclipse, I am creating a new Java class. Sort array and selecting main method also. So now our class has created. So first we will initialize one integer type array. 8, 2, 10, 1. And then we will iterate this array to print all the elements from this array and given name as a original array. So system dot out dot print original array. Now we will iterate and print all the elements from our given array, input array. Int I equal to 0, I is less than equal to array dot length minus 1. I'm taking minus 1 here because our index is start from 0. So that's why I'm taking minus 1 here. So our last index will be 3. 0 to 3. I plus plus. Now I print system dot out dot print array of I'm also add some space between two elements. Now we have written logic to print our input array. Now I'm creating one more for loop to sort the elements. Int I equal to 0, I less than equal to array length minus 1, I plus plus. So this is our outer for loop to iterate only first element. First element with remaining element, then second element with remaining element, and so on. And after that, this is our inner for loop. J equal to I plus 1 because we are taking next value. So that's why I'm taking plus 1 here. So whenever the value of I is increased by 1, then it will take next element. So now I'll explain all the steps of the program after we finish. So now, if array of I means this element, first element, is greater than array of j, then swap the element. So for swapping, we are taking one temporary variable here. So first, I'm assigning array of I in temporary variable, and then in array of j, I am assigning array of in array of I am assigning array of j. So now in temporary variable, array of I is present, and in array of I, array of j is present. So now in array of j, we will assign temporary variable because in a temporary variable, our a of I is present. So that's why we are assigning temporary variable value to array of j. So now this is a logic of swapping. So done. We we creating outer for loop, then inner for loop, then we are comparing both the elements. If first element is greater than second element, then we swap them. Now, what we will do, we will print our sorted array. Again, I am creating one for loop in I equal to 0, I less than equal to array length -1, I plus plus, and then I am printing all the elements. System dot out dot print array of I, and then spaces between two elements. Okay, so it's done. So now we will see the step-by-step execution. So first, the value of I is 0, means our element is 8. Our 0th element is 8. Now in inner for loop, the value of j is 2, because j is equal to I plus 1. I plus 1 means 0 plus 1. So first element, our first index element is 2. Now we are comparing 8 and 2. 8 is greater than 2. Yes, 8 is greater than 2. Then apply this swapping element. So now array of I means 8. 8 is stored in temporary variable. Then a of I will store 2, and then again on a of j, array of j, we will store 8. So this is a logic of swapping. So now our numbers are swapped. Again, the control is went to inner for loop, and then the value of j is become 10, and the value of array of I is become 2, because we swap both the elements. So now it compare with 10. 10 is greater than 2. So is if 2 is greater than 10, then it will execute these steps. But the condition is false. 2 is not greater than 10. So then it again, the control go to inner loop, and our values become 1 now. Then 2 will be compared with 1. So 2 is greater than 1? Yes. So now the value of array of I is 1, and here it becomes 2. Means what will be our array? I 1, then 8, then 10, and 2. Now our array of I value is become 8. And then 8 will be compared with 10 and 2. So the 8 is greater than 2. Then they swap with each other. So now it is become 2 and 2 is become 8. After that 10 will be compared with 8. So again both the elements will be swapped. Okay. So now our array has sorted. So now we will execute our program. So see, this is our output, final output. Thanks for watching.